What if the nightmares you forgot were just waiting to be remembered? This is not just a story, it's a warning. Based on real reports pieced together from fragments no one could explain. And it all begins with a notebook that no one remembers writing in.
I've always lived alone. It's not because I dislike people, on the contrary. I enjoy company, but I worked long hours, and solitude became something I just got used to. My apartment was dark, quiet, exactly as I'd left it. Not a crash, more like a thud. I froze, shampoo running into my eyes, trying to decide whether I actually heard anything, or if it was just the pipes. I turned the water off and waited. I took off my shoes, dropped my keys on the kitchen counter, and headed to the shower. That's what made the whole thing worse. When something breaks that silence, it feels louder than it should. It started on a Tuesday night. I came home from work later than usual, around 11 p.m. While I was rinsing my hair, I heard something fall. Silence. I wrapped myself in a towel and stepped out, heart pounding. I checked the living room, kitchen, bedroom. Nothing was out of place. Yet I swear, I heard slow, deliberate footsteps above me, heel to toe. They were moving from one side of the ceiling to the other. Then they stopped right above my bedroom. Always. I don't even like sleeping with it cracked. Maybe the shampoo bottle tipped over. That's what I told myself. The next night, it was footsteps. I live on the top floor, and the unit above mine has been empty for months. I turned on music and tried to sleep. Thursday night, I woke up at 3:42 a.m. My bedroom door was open. I always close it, even though I was still alone, or so I thought. I checked every closet, the shower, under the bed. I even opened the oven. Nothing. But there it was, wide open. I sat on the couch with the lights on until sunrise. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. There's nowhere to hide, just enough to tell it was a voice. A woman, I think, saying the same thing over and over. Still, I couldn't go back to sleep. I looked toward the hallway, and for a split second, I saw something. A figure. Tall, dark, at the edge of the frame. Gone before I could register it. My heart jumped into my throat. Friday, something changed. I was watching a video on my laptop when I felt ... watched. Food spilled across the floor. I got up, walked over, turned on the hall light. Nothing there. But then I noticed something I hadn't left there. My bedroom lamp moved into the hallway floor, unplugged, carefully placed. I started locking my bedroom door from the inside after that. Saturday was the worst night. Didn't even lock the door. Slept in my car at a gas station. No writing, no mess, nothing. Like it had never happened. I woke up again, same time, 3:42 a.m. This time, there was whispering. It wasn't Clarette, it was like hearing someone through a wall. I pressed my ear against the door. Still whispering. I pulled out my phone to record it. As soon as I hit record, silence. Dead silence. When I opened the door, the air was cold. Noticeably colder. My breath misted. That's when I saw it. On my kitchen table. Every drawer in the apartment open. Every cabinet door, too. My fridge door stood wide open, and written on the wall, in something red. It moved straight toward the camera until the screen glitched and went black. Broke my lease. I don't care about the penalty. I froze. It looked like paint. I hoped it was paint. I left the apartment that night. When I came back the next morning with a friend, everything was clean. But something did, and I wasn't imagining it. The worst part, that night, I stayed at my friend's house, locked the guest room door, tried to forget. At exactly 3:42 a.m., my phone lit up with a notification from my home security camera. Motion detected. Living room. I opened the app. The feed was dark, silent. Then something moved across the frame. A figure, tall, slow, head tilted unnaturally to one side. No sound. No alert. Just static. I deleted the app. I left the apartment the next day. I never went back. but I still wake up at 3:42 sometimes. And every now and then, my phone lights up, even though I don't have any cameras installed anymore. After I left that apartment, I thought it was over. I really did. I found a new place, closer to work, in a newer building with better lighting, better locks, and better sleep. The first 2 weeks were fine quiet. No strange noises, no whispers, no cold drafts, or motion alerts from security cameras. I just opened my eyes and looked at my phone. Then one night, I woke up. No reason. I didn't hear anything, didn't dream anything. 3:42 a.m. I sat up, pulse rising. It was probably nothing, just a coincidence. The next night, same thing. By the fourth time, I stopped thinking it was random. I stopped sleeping altogether. Then came the knocking. It started as a faint tap. Once. Just once. I live in a second-floor apartment. No balcony. Nothing outside that window but a flat wall. But the knock came again the next night. A bit louder. 3 slow taps. Tap, tap when I got the courage to look out the window. There was no one there, but the glass had a handprint on it from the outside. The next morning, I checked. There's no ledge, no ladder, no possible way for anyone to be up there. The last frame it captured was the ceiling. But the audio, I even called the property manager. He laughed it off. That night, I set up my phone to record video. When I checked it the next morning, the phone was on the floor screen, cracked. The audio had breathing, heavy, wet, like someone exhaling slowly through their nose. And something else very faint. It sounded like my name. I started sleeping with the lights on again, bought new locks, added cameras. Nothing helped. It clung to the air near my closet. Then the smell started. Not strong, just faint enough to notice when the air was still. It was like something burnt, like scorched plastic and old blood. One night, I woke up again at 3:42 a.m. Same time, like always. But this time, I wasn't alone. The closet door creaked open. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. But I felt it, a presence. Thick, heavy, cold. Like the air wasn't just cold, it was pressing against me. Watching. Not the kind you see on TV. The kind that doesn't advertise, that people whisper about in forums. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream then. A fracture in time where something enters again and again. Just a crack. Slowly. No wind. No draft. Just that awful smeelan, the sound of my hangers brushing against one another, as if someone or something was parting them. I finally broke free from the paralysis and turned the light on. The door was closed again. I started looking for answers. I called a local paranormal investigator. He came over. Quiet man, late 50s. Walked around the apartment in silence. Took photos, whispered to himself. Finally, he sat down and said something I'll never forget. It's not the apartment, it's the time. I once drove 40 miles and slept in my car, just to escape. Still woke up at 3:42. He explained that some entities don't haunt place, they haunt moments, patterns. That's why it always happens at 3:42 a.m. That's why it followed me. He gave me one piece of advice before leaving. Don't be awake at that time, no matter what. So I started setting alarms to wake up at 3:30 and stay awake until 4 o'clock. But it didn't help, because it wanted me asleep. It didn't matter where I went or what I did. Still felt the weight in the air. Still heard breathing outside the window. I don't think this thing is attached to me. I think it was waiting for someone alone. Someone who'd notice. And now that I've noticed, I don't know if I'll ever be alone again. I thought I was alone in this. Until last week, it started with a random email. No subject, no signature, just one sentence. Does it still wake you up at 3:42? No greeting, no context, just that. I stared at the screen for a full minute. Then I replied, simple. Who is this? No answer. 3 days passed. Then another email arrived. This one with a video attached. The message read, Watch with headphones. Listen at the 2-minute mark. I hesitated, then clicked. It was security footage from a bedroom, clearly Laray's. Night vision. Nothing moved for 2 minutes. Then, at exactly 3:42 a.m., a shape passed in front of the bed. No footsteps. No sound. Just a blur. But the audio, I'll never forget it. It wasn't breathing this time. It was weeping, a low, broken sob like someone in absolute despair. Male, maybe mid-30s. The crying was layered, like there were more voices behind it. Tangled, struggling to sync. The timestamp read, 3 hours 42 minutes and 8 seconds a.m. I watched it 5 times. Each time, I felt sicker, like the sound was pressing into my skull. I tried to reply again, but the sender's address no longer existed. That night, I didn't sleep. The next morning, I found a slip of paper under my door, typed, "No envelope. You're not the only one. 342 connects us. I need to know I'm not crazy." I thought I was being watched, followed. So I did something stupid. I posted about it on a closed paranormal forum. I wrote, "If anyone else wakes up at 3:42 a.m. for no reason, DM me." In 20 minutes, I had over 30 messages. Different cities, different countries. Same story. They all wake up at 3:42 a.m. They all feel watched, and they all see things. Things they won't talk about in public. Just walls that breathe, and a shape behind her. Too tall to be human. One guy said he used to be a sleep technician. He monitored people overnight. According to him, dozens of patients across different studies would start showing signs of distress. Around 3:42, elevated heart rate, involuntary muscle movements, teeth grinding. Every night, same minute. Another woman told me she wakes up at 3:42 only when she sleeps in unfamiliar places. Hotels, friends' houses, even outdoors. But no matter where, something finds her. She described a dream if it's a dream where she's in a hallway with no doors at all. No REM, no deep sleep, just flatline activity. Like I'm dead. She runs, but she never escapes. And the worst part, she never remembers falling asleep, only waking up. That's when I noticed something strange in my own sleep logs. I track my sleep with us for weeks. It's recorded the exact same pattern. I fall asleep around midnight. My heart rate spikes at 3:42. And for the next 7 minutes, I don't move. Then my body jolts and I wake up. I don't remember dreaming, but I always wake up with that feeling in my chest, like I just ran from something and barely made it out. I'm not alone. And that scares me even more, because if there are others like me, if this thing connects us all at the same time, every night, what happens if we all stop waking up? I made a decision I regret. I wanted to see it. After all the stories, the messages, the recordings, I wanted proof, not just evidence for others, but for myself. I was tired of doubting if this thing was real or just some trauma buried deep in my head. So I planned it. I would stay awake. I wouldn't run. I wouldn't hide. I'd sit up, lights off, cameras rolling, and I'd wait for 3:42 a.m. It was Friday night. I unplugged everything that might interfere, no distractions. I set up my phone on a tripod, pointed at the bedroom door. I had a second phone running audio only, hidden behind a lamp. I turned the lights off at exactly 3:30 a.m. I sat in bed, wide-eyed, wrapped in a blanket, staring into the dark. And I waited. At 3:41, my ears started to ring. Not loud, just a high, distant whine. Like the silence was being stretched too tight. The air got heavier, not colder, just ... wrong. Like I was underwater. 3:42. At first, nothing. Then footsteps. But not from the hallway. They were inside the room. Soft, slow, bare feet on carpet, moving closer. I couldn't see anything, just shapes in the dark. The faintest outlines. But I felt it. Every hair on my body stood up. A wet, glitchy syllable like a corrupted audio file being played backward. Then it breathed right by my ear. Low, inhuman, like it had never needed to breathe before, and was learning how for the first time. Just smooth skin and a black pit where a nose should be, like someone had molded a face from clay and gave up halfway through. And then, something worse. It spoke, not a word, just a sound that wasn't human. My body locked up. I couldn't scream, couldn't move. Then my camera light blinked, red recording stopped. That's when I saw it. No stamp, no handwriting. Inside was a photo, just a flash, maybe half a second. A face inches from mine. No eyes, no mouth, gone as fast as it appeared. When I finally moved again, it was 3:47 a.m. I turned on the lights. My phone was dead. The tripod was tipped over. The second phone to audio one was gone. Not moved, not knocked over. Gone. Same height as me. Same build. I didn't sleep. I just sat there until sunrise. At noon, I got a message from someone I never contacted. Just a number. No name. It read, "You made contact." That was a mistake. I didn't reply. But 2 hours later, I found an envelope taped to my front door. Black and white. Grainy. It was me. Asleep in bed. Time stamped. 3:42 a.m. But here's the thing. I haven't had any pictures taken of me asleep. I haven't let anyone into my place. And worse, in the photo, there's a figure standing beside my bed, but it's not me, because I'm still lying down. And the thing beside me, it's looking straight at the camera. I never should have reached out to the others. It felt like the right thing to do. If I was going through this, surely someone else would understand. And they did. For a while, we started calling ourselves the 342 Circle. 5 of us, spread across 4 time zones, bound by the same nightmare. We didn't speak daily, but we kept in touch. Emails, encrypted chats, some late-night calls. Each of us had our own version of the same experience, waking at 3:42, sensing a presence. Sometimes hearing whispers, other times feeling hands on the bed. Some had seen the thing. Others, like me, had only caught glimpses. But then people started going quiet. She'd been logging her dreams, trying to record the voice. Her last message came 4 nights ago. First was Natalie, the nurse from Minnesota. It was inside the mirror this time. My reflection wasn't me. He'd installed motion sensors, tripwires, even left his bedroom covered in salt lines. His final message was a video. Send emails. No reply. Then nothing. I called. Texted a contact of hers. Confirmed she never showed up to work again. Her apartment was locked from the inside. No signs of struggle. Then it was Reggie Ann, insomniac from Birmingham. It was only 10 seconds long. Just Reggie, sitting at his desk. He whispers, "It's not outside. It's already here." Then the lights flicker, and the screen goes black. That was 3 nights ago. Now, only 2 of us remain. Me and a guy named Callum from Toronto. We had a call last night. He looked rough, dark circles, trembling hands, said he hadn't slept in 2 days. "I can feel it," he told me. "It's getting closer." "What do you mean?" I asked. He hesitated, then leaned in close to his webcam and whispered, "Their messages are still there, frozen in time, but their icons have gone gray, offline, disconnected. It's not just watching anymore. It wants something." I didn't sleep after that. The room was warmer than usual, the air thick. I could hear a soft buzzing, like insects behind the walls. There was a figure sitting at the foot of my bed, and this morning he's gone. Not normal, breathing something raspy and wrong, like air forcing its way through something broken. I tried calling him again and again. Eventually, someone picked up but didn't speak. All I could hear was breathing. Then the line went dead. The group chat is silent, watching, head slightly tilted. The face still wrong, too smooth. No features, but its presence was unmistakable. It wasn't here to scare me. I'm the last one, and I can feel it, too. Last night, I woke up as usual 3:42 a.m., but something was different. It doesn't go away. It learns. It adapts. And when it decides you've seen enough, it takes you. And when I opened my eyes, I didn't move. Couldn't breathe. I don't think that's even possible now. If you wake up at 3:42 a.m. for no reason and feel eyes on you when you're alone, it didn't speak. It didn't move. It just sat there. It was here to wait. Like it was giving me time. I blinked and it was gone. But I know what's next. Whatever this is, whatever's behind 3:42, it doesn't stop. I'm not going to run anymore. But if you're hearing this, start counting your days, because it's not just a nightmare. It's a harvest, and your name's already on the list.